Oh, you know, typical Geese video. He does a farm run. Oh, why did I put it at 57? Don't do that. Do that. There we go. All right. If you saw the last video, you know we're a little bit dry, but that does not deter a man of my caliber. New Gillinor games just came out. Pause everything. I died on my 14. It doesn't count. I'm just getting my money out and I'm getting more arrows. Dude, it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though, because if we don't get a unique, it doesn't matter. I don't care unless I get a unique at this point, okay? Beginning of the video, I'm getting a unique. I don't care. When do you guys think I should admit defeat? Anytime soon? I don't know. A little Millie. Alright, so the vote on last video was Chambers, but also Eye of Iac Confliction Gauntlet, and like backup was Halberd if I give up. But you know your boy, we don't give up, okay? We keep going. So I'm going to keep going a little bit, and reason being is Chambers, I don't know if you can use the Iac in solo Chambers. I'll look into it. I think the pattern for Olm Hand might be a little bit different with an Iac. I haven't run it with an Iac. I only know 4-1 and 3-0 currently, but that could change. And we're not going to get a Shadow anytime soon, so we don't have to worry about Shadow Walking or anything. So, worst case, we'll just use a Swamp Trident and buy like a Dragon Hunter Lance or something like that. But best case, we can just buy the Iac or get the Iac from Doom and then figure out how we can do that in solo. But I'm not sure if you can, but we'll try. I think it's like a ranged thing or something that like fucks it up. So we'll see if anyone has developed an Iac running method. I'm sure it's possible. We just maybe don't have it yet. I don't know. I'll figure it out. This 12 is honestly a really good payout, so I'm just going to yoink it, to be honest. Like, whatever. Who cares if I don't get the unique? I'm yoinking that all day, all day. Nice 1.37 plus a key plus a elite clue, so can't really complain about that one. And I, like, sort of have to re-up my supplies, but not even worried about it. What's new? A 14 with nothing. Guess I'll take my $1 million and leave. It's just like the best spirit seed I've ever gotten besides these things. Look at this. It was like 120k, dude. It was the actual value. Wow. Okay, well, I pulled an oopsie. I forgot to go get more fire runes, so I guess I'm leaving on a 7. I have 3 fire runes, and I can't kill the magic grubs, so unlucky. My bad. Just gonna take a 12er because we're out of knives, baby. You know what it is. I'm gonna write a letter to Jagex one of these days. I swear I am. My account Shadowband. Quick mill. Is this the worst potential loot you can get from a Delph 13, by the way? Like, this is just tears and bolts. And some rune ore. It's these 3 things is this total. Why am I... Endgame boss. Alright. Ate a shitload of poison that Delph, but... we walk out with 1.1 from a 15, dude. We're rich. I don't want to be here anymore. 1.5er. Guys, this is a cloth. I'm on Delve 2. I mean, I guess it was inevitable, right? And I'm not complaining because it's more expensive. The problem is, we're going to have to be a little bit weird here. So, I'm going to take this. That's so just like... what? I hate that. Why did it come from a 2? A 2? A 2. Alright, whatever. I get to leave. Get me the fuck out of here. Okay, so what we're going to do... I might have to take a loan from the main. Because, as stupid as this is, I don't know if I can afford a Tormented Bracelet with the cash stack that I have, so... let's go see what we can do. Oh, no, I actually can. I can just do... dude, true progression. I'm going to put this back. Where's my money? Give me my money. Shut up and take my money. Oh, but I need tiers. I don't know if I can afford the tiers for it either. I guess let's see. Do that. Let's buy our Tormented Bracelet for 21.9 mil. Sounds good to me. We'll let that cook for a second. And then I think I need 10,000 tiers, right? If I am not mistaken. Okay, so I can't afford the tiers. This is such a dumb system. Why can't I just drop the damn thing? Okay, so let me just take a loan from the main, because it's annoying. And then I'll just subtract whatever I took from the main. So let me do this. I will subtract whatever this costs from the profit. Like, this is so janky that I have to do this. But I'm not selling the Scorching Bow to buy Demonic Tears yet. Because, like, maybe we go back to Yama here and there, you know? So let me just throw this in from main. And those will slowly cook as well. So 4.26 mil we will subtract from whatever we sell the confliction gauntlets for. Deal? Deal. Alrighty, got the tormented bracelet, and I will, of course, do you guys the honor of watching the animation. If you've never seen it before, it is quite cool. Let us make a pair of confliction gauntlets. Cinematic. Yeah, cinematic. Whoa. It's actually really cool. This and the Rancor animation, like, they knocked it out of the park. Can't complain. All right, so next thing, we're going to sell these for a pretty penny. The alternative would be keep going for Eye of Yak and have conflictions plus Eye of Yak, but we'll build up to that with the Yak, I think. I think we're just going to trade these for an Yak, more or less. All right, put in the offer for a cool 107 mil, and we will wait for it to go. All right, there we are. Did not take very long. And then let me do, what was it, 4.26? All right, 4.26. There we go. Now we have 102 mil to work with. And let me cook on this. I think we might grab a chambers setup and go from there. Actually, we have to go for the back-to-back. Okay, no back-to-back, but I mean, 7 dragon plate legs? I'm just going a Duke real fast? I could technically go again. I'm going again. Okay, no time to dilly-dally. I forgot anti-venom. I don't have any anti-venom. Hey, we got a Celastro seed out of it. All right, 2.4 mil bag to send off the Doom Arc. We're fucking out of here, boys. All right, so there's an argument to sit on these Demon Tears if we're getting the Yak. So what I'm going to do from here is ponder the next stop for us, and let's see where we are. Let's bank these because these have no value to me. And let's see what we're looking like. PK Skull active. 154 mil to work with. Now, what I want to reiterate for you guys, you can do whatever you want with this amount of money, okay? It's pretty much, it's GG. Like, you did it. You can buy whatever. You can get a Nox Alley, you can get a Scobo, you can get an Emberlight, and you can go farm whatever. You can get a DCB, full Eclipse. You can get whatever you want. You can do whatever you want in the game. Is Doom the best money in the game and probably still the best money for me to do, and I should just camp it for the remainder of the duration of the thing? Yeah, probably. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to do what I said we're going to do. I'm probably going to get an Yak, but let me look into what all we can do with an Yak. I'm thinking Whisper, I'm thinking Chambers, I'm thinking TOA, and I'm not going to do Tob because that's team content. I'm going to try to keep it solo. And we can probably do some Zora with the Yak as well. So let me look into it. Let me give it a good think. If I have 154 mil to my name, what am I buying? What am I doing with it? Am I keeping the Scobo? Probably, because we can Purging Staff and go to Yama. I could get a killer Yama setup. If I want to get a killer Yama setup, I could do that. You know, so broaden your horizons. You can do whatever you want from here, but let me think. I think I would like to go to Chambers, so I'm going to double check on the Yak setup, and then if that doesn't work out, we'll do some Toa until we get a purple, because I've never seen a purple in my name in any raid, and that would be cool. So, see you then. Okay, I've genuinely taken 2 days to think about this, but I think I have a plan, okay? Walk with me here. First thing we're going to do, because it is good in Toa and Chambers, is buy the Fang. 26.2 mil. Bagoosh. Okay, we have a Fang. We are then going to buy the Yak. Bagoosh. We have 10 mil to spare and a Scobo to sell. Let me withdraw this, and let me undo the charges on it. So let me put 1362 in there. 1362, boom. And then we'll put the rest of these in here. I need a decent range setup, and we have 2 options. We either go with the Eclipse, or we go with like a DCB. That slot. We also do still have the Scorching Bow to sell for 37.4 mil. Man, this is hard. Let me think again. Let me think for a little bit. Okay, pondered with myself for a little bit more. I think we sell Scobo, personally, because I am not going to go to Yama again for the series. I think Yama and Doom, we're done. I think I would like to go into the raids now, besides Tob. I'm going to exclude Tob because I know it's difficult to get teams, whatever, you don't want to do 416s, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to put the Scobo back. for 37.4 mil and withdraw that from my personal stack. Because I will still use this gobo. So we have 46 mil to our name. And if that's the case, we could buy a blowpipe and be set for ranged for Toa, but that still leaves the problem of chambers. We want a decent ranged weapon in chambers so we can take care of Olm's head in a reasonable fashion. I'm also wondering if you can Ayak Vest portal effectively in chambers. I've literally never used this thing. I have no idea what its capabilities are, so I'm going to be experimenting a lot. The other alternative if we're running chambers is buying a Warhammer, which is only 14.9 mil. So it's probably worth it to have that if we are going to run chambers. Let's do it. Let's buy the hammer. 14.9. All right, so we have a hammer for chambers. Let's sell this back for 756. I don't think I'm actually going to use it. 756. And grab the Eclipse setup. So 2.15. 812. 165. And 214. Let's see. So we can make this. We don't need that. We do have a glory. We could buy the Fury back. Is probably worth it. So let's go ahead and do that. Where's my Fury? Buy the Fury back for 266. Beautiful. We still have the Araneas, so we're going to keep those. Okay. Also, I wanted to mention 4 cape unlocks. I give myself Majorina 2 cape because it's easy. For Quiver and Infernal, what I'm going to do is if I can afford a Bofa and a Fang and a Whip all at once. If I can afford a Bofa, I can grab my Infernal Cape. Because that's when I did my Infernal Cape. I sent it with a Bofa and an Anguish. Like, that was pretty much it. And for Quiver, technically I did it in full Void and a Whip on an alt. We're not going to count that. On my main, I did it in, like, full Bandos, a Whip, and a Bofa swap, I think. So, I think when we get the Bofa, we'll go ahead and get the upgraded capes. But we can't afford that yet. We haven't bought it yet. We might not even buy it. But at the point where I could afford to get it, then we'll get our upgraded capes. All right, so let me put everything on and see what we're working with. What do we need to fill? Our ring slot is open, but we still have Lightbearer. So Lightbearer covers us there. We could get a DPS spec. Might be worth it for both raids. I might pick up a Burning Claws here with this money, which I feel like we're kind of in an insane setup at this point. Like, we're kind of fully gassed, bro. I think we could do like a 410 in this setup, to be honest with you. Oh, I didn't buy the Blue Moon, did I? Is that the play? Is it Blue Moon, Burning Claws? Do Burning Claws have any function in chambers? They're decent against Ice Demon, but other than that, they're not like fantastic by any means. I'm still down. Let's buy our Blue Moon setup. 539. This is the big boy. 5 mil for these pants. 168 for this chest. And 820 for this helmet. Now, the argument would be buying a, like, Mage's Book for the last swap here. But I think we're okay just going Book of the Dead in both raids. So that would be our 8-way. We'd have our hammer spec. We have our range setup. We have our melee setup easily. So the argument would be a DPS setup. Where are my darts? Did I ever sell darts, bro? I'm just going to buy all these darts. 850k. Darts. We have them all. Every dart under the sun, we have it. You could low-key do Coliseum in this, by the way. And by low-key, I mean like high-key. You could just walk into Coliseum with this and be completely fine. And like this is a one-way, by the way. So if you want to send your Coliseum, by all means, you can go for it now. It's really not that bad. Like, arguably, I could use a Book of Darkness, but I'll just use the Book of the Dead. It's fine. Missing anything else? It's really just the B-Claws that I would be, like, wanting. Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm going to buy the B-Claws. 7-4. All right, we have 8.7 mil to our name, and we're kind of just ready to rock on whatever content we want to do, I think. The only thing we can't do in this is Doom and Yama. And that's still debatable. Like, you could go do Yama with an Arclight and be fine. We can do everything in the game now, I'm pretty sure. Like, without any issue. So what's the first thing we're going to tackle? Maybe a 300? Okay, I was rudely interrupted by a scavenger hunt. I still don't understand fully what they posted, but let's go run a 300. Let's go warm up the set. I just had some kooky DPS on that Baba, I'm not going to lie. 156 Baba and a 300 in this gear, bro? That was stinky. Kind of sucks. Those are long-ass wardens, by the way. Let's go look at the board. Oh, wait, I'll slow roll it for you. I'll slow roll it for you. I'll do it. Kind of flubbed that last row a little bit, too. But that's okay. .3% chance. Not very likely, but you never know, dude. You never know, dude. No. And... oh, that's actually really good. 566k. I'll take that. Yoink. And let's go see our splits. I'm very convinced that I want the Mage's Book, I think, but I also want Tormented Bracelet, so I might save for that. Okay, Kefri didn't take as long as I thought. I don't know why Akka took so long. I guess he was level 2, so it was 5 spec, but still. This took forever. Z-Back was easy. We did a max Bone Dagger on Z-Back, so... we just need our Wardens to go a little bit faster. We did have to do a 3 down, so I'm wondering if a Berserker Ring would make it a 2 down, and we just bring a Berserker Ring swap, because that would save a lot of time if we didn't have to do a whole nother down. So maybe I go do that, because it wouldn't be that expensive to do that. So sure, let's go get a Berserker Ring imbued. All right, collected our 550k. Let's grab a Berserker Ring. Let me go do some calcs. Okay, so the only thing I need to do is Torms. I think Torms is probably the most insane thing we could do. Not like a huge deal. Definitely doesn't hurt, but it's not a huge deal. Our next upgrade will probably be Chambers focused then, because... let me go check it on Olm Hand. I'm kind of surprised that this setup sort of holds its own for Mage. Like, you're kind of locked in from here. You can do whatever with Mage. I think you focus on your other styles from here, to be honest. Maybe that's a crazy take, but I think I'll be way more inclined to get, like, a Bofa or something from here. Or a Dragon Hunter crossbow or something like that, instead of upgrading Mage Gear any further. Because I feel like this is sort of... the floor and the ceiling is so expensive that it's worth upgrading your other stuff first. Sorry this episode was more of a tangent on gear, by the way. I feel like I've been talking about gear a lot, but I think that is, like, the point of the series that I wanted to get across is... how do you spend all of the money that you made? Like, maybe it's a little confusing for a lot of people, so you don't fully understand the gearing process. And I think if you have this setup, genuinely, look at my inventory. If you have this setup plus the Berserker Ring that's coming in, you're golden, my guy. Like, you're golden. Remember, we have a Dragon Warhammer in the bank, so if we're, like, with a buddy, we can do the Soul Flame Horn and, like, do that shit too. But... if you don't want the Warhammer, if a BGS is more useful to you, we can just turn the Warhammer into a BGS more or less. Like this 15 mil, 19.4. Like if I just sell this, I can trade it for this with the rest of my cash. But we don't need to do that. For now, let's make sure we remember, go imbue anything we can imbue. So let's imbue this Berserker Ring to get +8 strength. That's going to make our atlatl damage skyrocket, and that's going to make our Fang damage go up a little bit. But it's also going to give our Dragon Dagger 2 max hits, which is effectively 4 max hits with the special attack, which is great. It might even be 3. I'm not sure where the threshold is right now with this gear setup, but I can surely check. So we're going from 0. Look at this. We're going from 144 to 152 with this Berserker Ring. So this might actually be a huge deal for our DDS setup. So let's go ahead and hit View DPS here, and it'll bring up the Wiki DPS calc. Our max hit with the spec is an 84 in current setup. When we add the Berserker Ring imbued, we go from an 84 max hit to an 88. So just like I said, we're getting 2 max hits on each of the Dragon Dagger special attacks. So we go from an 84 to an 88, which might just be enough to get us the 2 down in Wardens, which would save us an incredible amount of time at the cost of 1 inventory slot, because we do still like the Lightbearer. When I prefer to have Lightbearer on when I'm fanging, because the Berserker Ring isn't that impressive for the Fang. Like, the Fang is going to be hitting a lot. Let me go into a tangent about strength bonus here. So, The higher your accuracy is, the less strength bonus matters. And you might be like, what? Well, why? And the reason being is when your strength bonus is high, but your accuracy is a little low, that's fine. Because when you do hit, you will hit harder. When you are hitting more frequently, it matters a little bit less. Like your average delta comes back a little bit. You know what I mean? So if we're hitting frequently enough, we're hitting our average number frequently enough, it doesn't matter as much that we push our average number up by 1 or 2 because we're hitting our average really, really, really often. We're hitting it more often with the Fang because it rolls twice. But with something like the... Let's take the Fang out of the scenario. Let's say we're using like a... Oh, I don't know. This is an egregious example, but the Dragon Hunter Lance at Ulm. It matters a lot more putting max hits on that because we're not going to hit as often. So when we do hit, we want our average hit to be as high as possible. Okay, so you'll hear people say a lot that strength bonus on the Fang doesn't matter as much. It's because you're so accurate. Okay, so that's my little spiel on strength bonus with the Fang. You don't have to worry about it as much. So I like to camp the Light Bearer, get my spec back, go into the Berserker Ring, go into the Beat Claws, bam, 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 switch back, because we get 3 specs with that, right? So that's how I play it. It's completely up to you. It's not like meta-defining or anything. It's not like you're going to blow up the world because you don't do that or because you do that. Like, it doesn't matter. Just play how you want to play, right? As long as you're doing something, you're doing it right. That's what I say. Do something. Do something better than do nothing. All right, so this is our new setup. We're going to rock this on another 300 and see if we save some time on Wardens. So remember, our Wardens was like 1017, I think. So look at that. Z back to Wardens. 1829 to 2916. So it's about 10 minutes, 15 seconds for us to complete Wardens. We want to make sure that we can bring that time down. Okay. Pretty decent. We got 4.5% chance, and we took a little bit... Actually, I think we did take a little bit shorter on Wardens for what it's worth. But I tried doing a little bit of skull skipping there because you do get more points when you skull skip, and it wasn't that bad. So let's go see if we get a purple, shall we? It's been like 4 days since I recorded a clip, so I was a little bit rusty, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely want these Tormented bracelets pretty bad, so that might be the next upgrade. No Propel. Let's go see what we got in the box. Pretty decent, 716k. I will take that straight to the bank, and we probably have to recharge this thing, I imagine. 786. Yeah, we should probably get like 2,000 charges in that bad boy. All right, 696, and we're just going to go straight back into Demon Tears with it, I think, for the time being. And, of course, this would not be a nice, well-rounded video if we did not go give Chambers a try. I'm going to do this one, and then I'm probably never going to come back here again. It's so awful. I hate this raid.